Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial of MySQL InnoDB cluster administration. We have covered a lot of things till now, and if you haven't seen those tutorials, please go back and watch those tutorials. And if you guys like my videos and if you want guys to support this channel, please subscribe the channel so we can grow, and please like and comment on the videos, and let me know if you guys have any concern on any configuration you want to know and want to work on that, and you want me to provide a tutorial on that, so I will give a tutorial on that as well. So enough talking, and what we are going today, we are going to work on today is that working with InnoDB cluster. That is our topic today. How we can work with InnoDB cluster, that how we can change different configuration, and configuration, what I mean is that how we can check the states of any instance, and how we can switch between multi primary mode and single primary mode, and then how we can change our read write server, we can change our that primary server, like if I want my MySQL server 2 to be primary, not MySQL 1, and how we can do that, and different option and different things we want to set, how we can hide our MySQL server from the cluster, and few more things we want to do. And in case my server goes down, and what I want is to MySQL 2, my instance 2 should be the one who I want to be my second candidate for the primary instance. So these things we are going to work on, and let's get started. So that's how you can connect with MySQL InnoDB cluster. So once you not the MySQL cluster, but InnoDB MySQL shell, and you can use MySQL 1. Now I'm connected to MySQL 1, and to load the cluster variable, the cluster object, what we need to do is to create any variable, and in that we need to call DBA.get cluster. So now if I check my cluster name, cls.get name, so you know that this is my cluster, and I can check my cls status. So that's one way to get into your MySQL cluster and get the information you want to know about your MySQL cluster. And doing the Control+D, you can exit this shell, MySQL shell. And if I use this -- cluster, then what it's gonna do, that I will not be required to create my own variable, which I did here. So now if you see here, there's a difference inside the output is saying that the variable cluster is set, and use cluster.status in scripting mode, so you can do whatever you want to do. So now all my things will be inside this cluster, which if I say cluster status and anything related to, if I press the double tab, you can see the different things I want to do. I can do checking the describe, so it will describe my topology. What is my topology? So these are the things you can do, and Control+D, exit. And one more thing I want to do here is that if I want to check what is my if I want to connect my primary, so -- and I think that is redirect primary. So if I want to connect to my primary instance, so if you see from the output here, MySQL 1 is my primary. If you see here, yes, primary is MySQL 1. But if I connect to MySQL 2 and I provide the redirect primary, then it will do that it will automatically connect me to MySQL 1. So if you see here, I tried to connect MySQL 2, but it has given me MySQL 1. So that means it will automatically check which is my primary instance, and it will connect to that. And one more thing, if I want to connect to secondary, like here, secondary, yes, and if I'm going to select to MySQL 1, so it's gonna obviously check any of the MySQL who is the secondary, and it will connect automatically to any of the secondary, either it is MySQL 3 or MySQL 2, with whatever is my whatever is your secondary instance. So that's how you can do the connectivity things to your MySQL cluster. And let me connect to my MySQL 1, and because this is the read-write server, if you want to do any changes to your MySQL cluster, you have to connect to your read-write server, which is the primary, because the others are read-only, so they are all by default are read-only mode, super read-only mode. So okay, so let's say if I want to check the status of any of my instance, so let's say check instance state. If I do this, it will, okay, so I need to provide arguments. It says that, so that is I need to provide the InnoDB user which I have created for my cluster, who is the manager of my cluster, MySQL 1. Okay, so that's it. Okay, unexpected token. Okay, so it's already belong to, so I think it won't show you because it's already here. So this check instance state is for the any variable, any instance you want to add it to this cluster, which is not inside the cluster, then it will give you the information about your instance cluster, instance information. So if you see, even MySQL 3 will not be, because I cannot check them because they are already a part of the MySQL cluster. Okay, so next is, let's say if you see here, cluster dot status. My current topology is single primary. So if I want to switch to multiple, switch to multiple primary mode, then I can do that just by doing this, and it will instance was switched from secondary to primary, so all of them are now read write and read write. So that's how you can do it. And if you want to get back to single primary mode, then it's switch to single primary mode, and it will automatically select the one which have higher weight, or it will select the one which have the lowest UID. So now if you see here, MySQL 1 remains the primary because of the UID is had the lowest one, but we can change the weights as well, and that weights can be changed inside this cluster options. Okay, so now if I want to change my cluster any other primary instance, if you see here, currently I have is MySQL is my primary, and if I want to for some reason for any maintenance and all that, if I want to promote my instance to another instance to primary, then I can do is that set primary instance, then InnoDB cluster at MySQL 2. So now it's what is going to do that it will switch. So it's saying that MySQL 3 remains secondary, was switched from primary to secondary, and switched from secondary to primary. So if you now see the status here is primary is MySQL 2 now, and we have this one MySQL where is it MySQL 1. Now this is a read write 2, and MySQL 1 is read only. So now you can see that which one is the secondary and which one is the primary. So if I want to switch back, then that's like that, MySQL 1, and it will do the thing again, and now MySQL 1 is again the primary. So that's how you can switch between instances. So which one can be your primary instance. Okay, so next we have is what I want to do is that I want to see the options inside my cluster options. Okay, so the cluster option is here, start from here. These are the global options, group as option group names and some variables, number of vessel mode is required or not, option is disable clone, and these are the tags. If you want to provide any tags, tags means that it's just the information, if you want to say that MySQL 1 is in the data center 1, or it is the backup, or it is the test 1, and something, any tags you want to do. But this is the topology the topology is something which does affect your MySQL InnoDB cluster. So just like auto rejoin, tries and which is 3, so you can increase that if any of your cluster is out in the network, so it will retry something, then after that it will retry to join the cluster. Consistency, this is something good topic. I will go with another tutorial on this one. Actually this is eventual after and before. The values are eventual after and before, and it has different effects, just like isolation modes. So we will have cover this and separate like 5 to 10 minutes of tutorial. So okay, so next we have this exit state. One is read only, the default one, and then we have offline mode, and then we have as abort server. And if you have read only, what read only does that it's like whatever the read like if any select is happening, then it will allow you to select, and once the connection is gone, it won't allow you the next connection in case the server is the network is not available, and you are that node, the one that node, like say MySQL 1 is not in the cluster. So if this is the exit state action is like read only, then it won't allow more connection to this particular server who is not the part of the cluster anymore due to some reason like network or any firewall issue. So that's how it works. And if it is like abort server, just like this, in this example abort server, I will set it to this one, so you will see that how it's changed. So it is, if it is abort server, then it won't it will get from the cluster, and it will like after a few tries it would like go down. And if this is offline mode, in offline mode it automatically goes to the super read only mode, so it won't if any connection is connected, that will be gone, it will be rolled back, and it will be cut off, it will be terminated, and the cluster will remain in super read only mode. So like it's like hang and nothing is allowed, like like in short it's locked. Okay, and then expel timeout, like it will wait for 5 seconds to like if any network issue or latency problem. So the primary or the cluster will wait like for the instance who is having some problem due to the connectivity, and it will like wait for 5 seconds. So if it didn't reply you for 5 seconds, the heartbeat is not replying, then it will eventually change the state from unreachable, and then after a few seconds more it will mark it as missing. So that's how it's work. Group seeds and IP allocation, allowed list, IP wide list, these are a few things as well. And local address, that's the local address, and group member weight, that is the thing which decide that if the instances goes down, who is going to be the next cluster primary instance. So whoever have the highest weight, then he will be the next primary. Okay, so like this is for one instance topology, and for each instance you can define different topology, and that's how these things works. And let's say set primary instance, this is done, and let's say instance, so if I want to go for a tag, if I want to give any tag to is equal to okay, so if I see now the options here, now if you see here MySQL 2, I say that DC1 option mean that this is this what I'm saying, like it depends whatever you want to write. So you can give any tag you want to give. So the tag I gave is DC1, and I said that true. That's depend on me, whatever I want to give. So that tag is totally dependent on you. So whatever tag you want to give. So that's any information, like this is extra information about your MySQL instance. So you can do that, but there is one this one. This tag is like you see reserve tag, and if you use this tag, it will hide this instance from the MySQL router, and it will anything like coming to this instance will be blocked. So if I go here and let me copy from here, okay, 110, yes, okay, shit, sorry. So if you see, okay, MySQL command does not exist. What is this? Let me check. We can do it from this node as well, by the way. Yeah. So if you see here, it's going to MySQL 2 and MySQL 3, and I'm connected to MySQL 3, and let's say I want to hide this one of the instance from my cluster. So let's say I want to hide this one, and you will see that and this is my secondary, and MySQL router won't like, okay, so I think I need to rewrite the keys. So if you see here now, it's going to only MySQL 3, okay, so it's not going to MySQL 2. If you come here, it was going to MySQL 2 here, MySQL 2, MySQL 2, and by the time I enter that hide that cluster, hide that instance, that is not going anymore to the MySQL 3. This is for in case you want to do any maintenance on your instance. So if you see the cluster dot option, and I did it for MySQL 2, yes, I did it for MySQL 2. And if you go to tags here, upstairs tags, and if you see here for MySQL 2, I did hidden and it said true, and it is it was not going to MySQL it's 2. So now it's going to only MySQL 3. And if case if I want to get back, all I need to do is false, and if you will notice that it's going to MySQL 2 again. So now MySQL 2 is back. If you see here, sorry, here, here. So now MySQL 2 is back again, and MySQL router can read that. Okay, so next we have, like, if I want to change the weightage of MySQL cluster, any of my instance. So weight is 200, and if you check the options, so for MySQL 2, now the weight is 100. So in case MySQL, let's say I take down the MySQL 1, let me get the cluster. Let me close this one, and if you see here, because okay, let me connect to MySQL 2. So I need to show you the status. Okay, what was my password? I think this is the password. No, that's not. Yeah, this is the password. Yes, save. So now it's saved. It won't ask me the password again. If you see here, that's it, it won't ask me again. So if I see cluster dot status, then everyone is online, and let's say my primary MySQL 1 is my primary, and for if I take down MySQL 1, then MySQL 2 should be my next primary, because we change the weightage of that. And let's say system ctl stop system ctl stop MySQL service. So if you see here, okay, it will come back, don't worry. Cluster dot status. So if you see here, it was missing, and my next primary is reader is this one. You see the primary is MySQL 2, because I changed the weightage of that, and let's say, so that's why it's this one is MySQL. So you can set that which one should be my next primary in case the server goes down. So let's start it again, and you will see that it's missing. Now it's recovering, and now it's online. So these are the two stages, because it's nothing happening on the servers, no rewrite is happening, so that's why it's went too fast. If heavy load was there, it will take some time to recover, and then it can add back. So it will remain MySQL 2 until whatever is the weight of the MySQL 1. Even if it is 200, this one will be remain the same primary, but in case you want to change, you can change it just before I mentioned. Okay guys, so now if you want to, like, hidden is done and the weight is done, and in case you want to change the let's say this thing, instance option, and okay, cluster, and you want to change the, like for MySQL 3 I want to change it to about server, and it says that it's been changed. So exit state, that's how you can change the exit state. And if you want to see the cluster.options, you will see that here it is. Yeah, cluster state is now about server, you see here it's about server, and for the others you can see that it's read only. So that's how you can change the states, the exit states. And if you want to do some changes on the global level, like things which are for the whole cluster, so you can see that I have given some just want to show you that what I have done, and I have provided a tag location. I said that the value is Bahrain, that I'm saying that this cluster belongs to Bahrain, so this cluster is inside Bahrain. If you see here, these tags are inside the global. Okay, so this is for the whole cluster, so you can do any tags you want to do. So that was for today cluster, for today's lecture. If you want to like learn from, if you have learned anything from this tutorial, please guys like, subscribe and share, and to grow the community. And thank you so much guys for watching this tutorial, and God bless you. See you next time.